August 10th, 2019. Jeffrey Epstein is found dead in his jail cell, and the government calls it suicide. But in February 2026, 3.5 million newly released files reveal 3 neck fractures that defy every official explanation. With powerful names protected and only 16% believing the suicide story, what was really hidden behind prison walls? Jeffrey Epstein was booked into the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan, a high-security federal jail, while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. On the morning of August 10, 2019, staff found him unresponsive in his cell. Emergency responders arrived within minutes. He was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. The official investigation began immediately. The New York City medical examiner, Dr. Barbara Sampson, conducted the autopsy and ruled the cause of death as suicide by hanging. Epstein's legal status at the time was pretrial detainee, held without bail after being denied release in July. His cell was located in the Special Housing Unit, an area meant for high-risk or high-profile inmates. According to official records, Epstein had been removed from suicide watch just days earlier, following an evaluation by jail psychologists. 2 corrections officers, Tova Noel and Michael Thomas, were assigned to check on him every 30 minutes. The Bureau of Prisons reported that, on the night of his death, routine checks were missed for several hours. The Department of Justice and FBI opened parallel reviews. 4 separate investigations would ultimately examine the circumstances. Each cited a series of failures by jail staff and supervisors, but none found evidence of foul play. The conclusion, repeated in every official report, was suicide, made possible by a cascade of negligence and oversight lapses. The case, at least in the eyes of the government, was closed. But the official story would soon face questions that refused to disappear. 3 fractures were found in Jeffrey Epstein's neck: the hyoid bone and both sides of the thyroid cartilage. The injuries stood out immediately to Dr. Michael Baden, a veteran forensic pathologist hired by Epstein's brother to observe the autopsy. In more than 1,000 jail suicides he had reviewed, Baden said he had never seen this combination. The hyoid bone, a small U-shaped bone in the neck, can break in older men during hanging, but 3 separate fractures are rare. Baden noted fractures alongside burst capillaries known as petechiae on Epstein's face and eyes. That pattern, he said, is more typical of manual strangulation than of suicidal hanging. The official autopsy, performed by New York City Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Barbara Sampson, concluded suicide by hanging. She noted that fractures can occur in older men, particularly when the drop is forceful. But the debate did not stop there. The lack of defensive wounds and the presence of petechiae left room for doubt among independent experts. Epstein's age, 66, made the hyoid more brittle. Yet the combination of 3 breaks raised questions that lingered in the forensic community. The physical evidence, laid out in black and white, did not fit neatly into a single explanation. For the first time, the certainty of the official story began to fracture too. Surveillance at the Metropolitan Correctional Center was supposed to guarantee constant oversight, especially in the Special Housing Unit where Jeffrey Epstein was held. Yet the official record shows a 3-minute blackout on the only working hallway camera between 10:33 and 10:36 p.m. on August 9th. No system logs or maintenance reports have ever explained this gap. Just minutes later, at 10:39 p.m., a flash of orange appears on the stairwell footage, an unidentified figure moving toward the upper tier. Initial FBI logs described it as possibly an inmate in an orange uniform. The Department of Justice Inspector General later called it an unidentified corrections officer, but the image remains too blurry for confirmation. Unidentified stays the word. During those critical hours, the assigned officers, Tova Noel and Michael Thomas, were expected to check on Epstein every half hour. Instead, they shopped online, napped at their desks, and falsified the logbooks to cover missed rounds. Both admitted fabricating records and accepted plea deals in exchange for cooperation, leading to dropped charges in May 2021. Falsified records eroded trust. Physical evidence from the cell also failed to resolve lingering doubts. The bedsheet Noose collected as evidence had both ends hemmed, not cut, even though guards claimed they had to cut Epstein down. Michael Thomas later stated under oath that he could not remember removing the noose at all. The actual ligature was never definitively matched to the injuries found during autopsy. Each missing answer, each inconsistency, widened the gap in the official chain of evidence and left the door open to deeper suspicion about the evidence. Rumors began to multiply almost as soon as the news of Epstein's death broke. In February 2026, an image swept across social media showing Epstein alive in Israel. The photo, slick and convincing, was quickly traced to an AI image generator. Digital forensics teams confirmed the metadata. The file was created by a consumer app and was never linked to any authentic source. Another claim took hold on gaming forums. A Fortnite account supposedly registered to Epstein had logged in after his death. Epic Games released account records showing no logins past August 2019. Both stories, though debunked, found eager audiences ready to believe an escape and a cover-up. Celebrity speculation added fuel. Lady Victoria Hervey, a former friend of Ghislaine Maxwell, told British tabloids, "I don't even think Jeffrey Epstein's dead anymore. Israel." Her statement echoed through podcasts and YouTube channels, becoming a rallying cry for those convinced of a hidden truth. Yet no credible evidence has ever surfaced to support these claims. The focus on Epstein's supposed whereabouts kept public attention fixed on the case, but the real gravity lay in the names tied to him. His address books and flight records listed Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and Prince Andrew among his contacts. Trump's birthday appeared in Epstein's Black Book. Clinton was photographed receiving a massage on the island. Prince Andrew faced a lawsuit that ended in a settlement. These connections, all documented, fueled suspicion that powerful people might have motive to bury the full story. The swirl of viral rumors and elite associations blurred the line between fact and speculation, keeping the case alive in the public imagination. 4 separate investigations dissected the events surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's death. The New York City Medical Examiner, the FBI, the Department of Justice Inspector General, and a joint DOJ and FBI review each examined thousands of pages of evidence, interviews, and surveillance logs. Every report reached the same conclusion: suicide by hanging, enabled by a chain of failures inside the Metropolitan Correctional Center. The Department of Justice Inspector General's 2023 report described the jail's oversight as a collapse of protocol and supervision. Attorney General William Barr called it a perfect storm of screw-ups. In July 2025, a joint FBI and DOJ memo confirmed that no incriminating client list was found among Epstein's files. The official stance, echoed across all agencies, left little room for doubt in the institutional record. The story, according to the government, was over. A draft statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office dated August 9, one day before Epstein's death, circulated in at least 23 versions. Metadata shows the document was revised repeatedly, hours before the official announcement. The content remains redacted, but its timing has fueled speculation that officials were preparing for an outcome already in motion. Psychologist notes from July record, Epstein insisting, "Suicide was, in his words, against my religion." He told his lawyers he was too proud to take his own life. These remarks, preserved in case files, stand in sharp contrast to the narrative of despair. Public trust has fractured along these lines. Only 16% of Americans now say they believe Epstein died by suicide. Most demand full transparency, but millions remain convinced the truth is still hidden in sealed files and unanswered questions. When only 16% accept the official story, trust in institutions fractures further. As long as key evidence remains missing, doubt will outlast any verdict. Public faith isn't restored by answers withheld. The real cost is a system that becomes more secretive. It is one question away from unraveling. Share your perspective below.